6 powerful mindset shifts that will change your life. You wake up, go through the motions, maybe even check some boxes, work, family, responsibilities. But when you lie in bed at night, you can't shake the feeling that you're stuck in a version of your life that doesn't belong to you. You've got dreams, big ones, or maybe they're small whispers now, buried under years of people pleasing, fear, and someday thinking. And the truth, you're not lazy, you're not broken, you're not too late. What you are is trained. You've been trained to think a certain way, to play it safe, to make yourself small, to stay in patterns that once protected you but now just trap you. Mind set isn't some buzzword for vision boards and motivational quotes. It's the silent GPS behind every decision you make, every risk you avoid, every story you believe about yourself. And if you want to change your life, I'm going to be blunt. You need to change your mind first. You need to rewire the way you think about failure, success, worth, and power, because the biggest breakthroughs don't come from doing more. They come from thinking differently. This isn't about hustle. This is about truth. This is about recognizing the lies you've been sold and the ones you've started telling yourself. The ones that say you're not ready, not smart enough, not brave enough, not capable. So today, I'm handing you 6 mindset shifts that will flip your life upside down. In the best way, these aren't tips, these are truths. And if you actually practice them, not just hear them and nod, but actually live them, you will change your life. So let's get to it. 6 powerful mindset shifts that will change your life. Stop waiting for confidence. Start with courage. You're not behind. You're in training. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the fuel. People's opinions are not your mirror. Discomfort is a sign you're growing, not dying. You don't need more time. You need more decisions. Stop waiting for confidence. Start with courage. You've been lied to about confidence. You were told that confident people feel ready, that they walk into rooms like they own the place because they've got something special you don't. Let me set the record straight right now. Confidence is not what you need to start. Courage is. Confidence is a result. It's not the starting point. It comes after you do the thing that scares the hell out of you. After you speak up, after you hit send, after you walk into the meeting, the gym, the stage, the unknown. But you've been sitting there frozen, telling yourself, I'll do it when I feel more confident. And guess what? That day never comes, because you're not born with confidence. You build it, and the bricks, they're made of courage. Tiny, shaky moments of bravery where you show up with your heart pounding and your voice cracking, but you do it anyway. That's what rewires your brain. That's what trains your nervous system to say, hey, I didn't die. I can do this. You don't need to be fearless. You need to be afraid and move anyway. Courage is a choice. It's not a feeling. It's not a mood. It's a decision you make in micro moments, and those moments add up. They build grit. They build proof. They build a new identity that says, I do hard things even when I'm scared. Let's be honest. If you're waiting to feel confident, you're using that as an excuse. An elegant, logical, socially acceptable excuse to stay small. But deep down, you're not fooling yourself. You feel it every time you shrink. Every time you scroll instead of starting. Every time you say maybe later, when your soul is screaming now. What you're craving isn't more information or another pep talk. What you're craving is permission. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need anyone to give it to you. Not me, not your boss, not your parents, not your partner. You are the permission. Start ugly. Start nervous. Start shaking. Just start. Because the longer you wait, the heavier that fear becomes. Fear doesn't stay neutral. It grows, it gets louder, it builds roots, and the only way to cut it down is with action. You don't become confident by thinking about doing the thing. You become confident by doing it badly, doing it scared, doing it real. That's the truth nobody told you when you were growing up. That messy action is more powerful than perfect planning. That showing up trumps psyching yourself out every time. Want to know the real magic? The second you act with courage, you start changing how you see yourself. Suddenly, you're not the person who avoids hard things. You're the one who does them. You begin to trust yourself. That's where real confidence comes from. Self-trust. built one scary decision at a time, and this doesn't have to be big. I'm not saying you have to quit your job today or give a TED talk tomorrow. I'm saying speak up in the meeting. Say no without apologizing. Apply for the thing even if you don't check every box. Send the message, hit record, show up. Every act of courage is a brick in the foundation of your confidence. Stack enough bricks, and one day you'll look around and realize you've built a whole new life. You don't need to feel ready. You need to be willing. Willing to be uncomfortable. Willing to suck at it. Willing to fall and get back up. Willing to look foolish on your way to freedom. Willing to bet on yourself. The people you admire, they're not better than you. They've just been scared longer and moved anyway. That's it. That's the only difference. So let's make a deal. Stop waiting to feel confident. That's a trap. Feel scared and act anyway. Do the thing your future self is begging you to do. And when your hands are shaking and your voice trembles, just remember, this is what courage looks like. Because courage is the beginning of everything you want, you're not behind. You're in training. Let's talk about that pressure you feel every single day. The one screaming that you're falling behind. That you should have made more money by now, found your purpose, hit all those imaginary milestones life handed you without asking what you really want. That pressure is crushing your spirit, and it's based on a complete lie. You are not behind. You are not late. You are in training, and training doesn't look glamorous. It's messy. It's frustrating. It's full of repetition, setbacks, and doing the same thing over and over again until it finally clicks. Came easily, you wouldn't be able to hold it. You'd fumble the opportunity. You'd crumble under the pressure. Training seasons are a gift. They humble you. They shape you. They strip away the ego so the real you, the one with grit and resilience, can rise. Think about athletes. They don't get strong in the spotlight. They get strong in the dark, in the hours no one sees, in the reps no one claps for, and you're doing reps right now. Life is your gym. And if it feels heavy, that means you're lifting. That means you're building strength you didn't even know you needed. And when you finally step into the light, people will call you lucky. They'll say you came out of nowhere, but you'll know the truth. You trained for this. You earned this. You built this muscle in silence. You suffered and showed up. You bled and still believed. Don't resent your journey. Don't rush your path. The world doesn't need another person who reached success fast and fell apart because they weren't ready. The world needs you, fully trained, deeply rooted, grounded in truth and power and purpose. So the next time you scroll through someone else's life and feel that sting of I should be further, pause and remind yourself you are exactly where you need to be to grow into who you're becoming. Nothing is missing. Nothing is wasted. You are not failing. You are in training. And you know what? Some of the most incredible comebacks come from people who felt like they were hopelessly behind until they realized they weren't late. They were just preparing for a life so big, so aligned, so them, that the waiting was part of the design. Training seasons are sacred. Don't wish them away. Lean into them. Embrace the repetition. Respect the grind, because one day the things that feel heavy now will be your war. Mup, you're not behind. You're just getting stronger, stronger than you've ever been. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the fuel. Let's break the biggest myth you've ever been taught. That failure is the enemy. That if you mess up, fall short, or miss the mark, it means you're not good enough. That success lives in a clean, perfect line. That couldn't be more wrong. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the path. It's the fuel. If you're avoiding failure, you're avoiding growth. Because failure is not a red light. It's a green light in disguise. It's the feedback, the friction, the heat that forges you into someone who doesn't just want success. They're ready for it. No one succeeds without failing. No one gets it right the first time. And you know why this hits so hard? Because we've been trained to chase perfection. We've been told mistakes are embarrassing, shameful, signs of weakness. So we tiptoe through life, playing small, staying quiet, staying safe, and all that does is make us feel hollow. Because you weren't made for safety. You were made for growth. Every failure you've had, that was a data point. a clue, a tool, but instead of mining the gold from it, you've been dragging it around like dead weight. You've been calling yourself a failure when what you really are is in progress. Stop judging yourself by the chapter you're in. Stop using the scoreboard when you're still building the team. Stop measuring yourself against a fantasy where everything goes right the first time. That's not life. That's not how champions are built. That's not how legacies are made. Want the truth? Every person you admire has failed more times than you've tried. They've launched the thing and watched it flop. They've spoken the words and gotten silence. They've dared to go big and fallen on their face. The only difference is they didn't make failure their identity. They made it their fuel. They learned from it. They adjusted. They showed up again, bruised and wiser, and they kept moving. That's the mindset that separates those who wish from those who win. You want to succeed, then you better get good at failing. Not because you love it, but because you need it, because every no teaches you something about alignment. Every mistake sharpens your clarity. Every disappointment strengthens your emotional muscles. You're not getting weaker. You're getting smarter. And here's something no one says out loud. Failing feels like crap. It burns. It makes you question yourself. But if you can sit in that discomfort and ask, what's this here to teach me? You just became unstoppable. That's where the magic is, in the reflection, not the rejection. The ones who win in life are the ones who refuse to let failure define them. They define it, they take the hit, and then they get back up with a lesson in one hand and resilience in the other. They don't run from failure, they run with it. The real failure isn't falling down, it's staying down, it's giving up on yourself, it's letting fear of judgment stop you from trying again. Don't do that to yourself. You owe it to the person you're becoming to fail forward, loudly, boldly, unapologetically, so the next time you fail, and you will, don't spiral, celebrate it. That's proof you're playing big. That's proof you're in motion. That's proof you've got skin in the game, and that means you're already winning. Success is not built on wins. It's built on recovery, on bouncing back, on not letting the detour distract you from your destination. That's what real power looks like. So go fail, hard, often with heart, then rise stronger and smarter, because every time you do, you're one step closer to everything you've ever wanted. Failure isn't the end. It's the ignition. People's opinions are not your mirror. Let me say this loud for the people in the back. What other people think of you is none of your business. Read that again. Tattoo it to your brain. Because for too long, you've been treating other people's opinions like gospel, like their version of you is the truth. It's not. It's just a reflection of them, their fears, their insecurities, their worldview. And yet, here you are, filtering your voice, your choices, your dreams through someone else's lens, playing it safe so nobody thinks you're too much. Shrink the one with yourself. You don't need to be understood by everyone. You need to be aligned with yourself. You don't need everyone to like you. You need to like who you are when you look in the mirror. Not because you're perfect, but because you're real. Because you're living your truth, not someone else's script. People see you through the filter of their experience, their jealousy, their fears, their wounds, and sometimes when you grow, it triggers people who aren't ready to grow themselves. That's not your fault. That's not your job to fix. That's their work. Don't carry it. You've been editing yourself for people who wouldn't even do the same for you, bending over backward for validation that never feels like enough. And even when they approve, it's hollow, because it's not your reflection. It's their projection. You're not a mirror. You're a whole damn masterpiece. What you really crave isn't their applause. It's freedom. The freedom to be yourself without apology. The freedom to speak your mind without fear. The freedom to chase your dreams without waiting for a permission slip that was never coming anyway. And here's the secret. The more you stay true to yourself, the more magnetic you become. Not because everyone will like you, some won't, but because the right people will finally see you, the people who get your energy, who value your truth, who are inspired, not threatened by your shine. People's opinions change, fast. 1 minute you're amazing, the next you're too much. You can't build your life on something so unstable. You need roots, not approval. You need truth, not validation. You need to live by your own damn compass, not someone else's opinion of your path. Do you really want to look back on your life and realize you built it to make other people comfortable, that you abandoned your own voice to chase approval that was always moving just out of reach? Or do you want to break free now and finally start living? You are not a reflection of what they think. You are a reflection of the decisions you make when you're being honest with yourself. Let their opinions be background noise. Let your gut be the guide. Let your truth be louder than their doubt. You don't need to explain yourself to people who aren't trying to understand. You don't need to dim your light to make others feel better. You don't need to keep waiting for a round of applause before you make a move. You need to back yourself first and always. So the next time someone offers you unsolicited criticism, ask yourself, does this come from love or control, clarity, or fear? If it's not rooted in truth, toss it. Bless and release, then move on, lighter and louder than before. Because people's opinions are not your mirror. You define you, period. Discomfort is a sign you're growing, not dying. Here's the truth nobody talks about. Growth doesn't feel good. It's not clean, it's not calm, and it's definitely not comfortable. Growth feels like chaos, like confusion, like fear, doubt, and stretching in every direction. And the problem is, we've been trained to think that discomfort means something is wrong. That we should stop, back off, play it safe. Wrong. Discomfort doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're becoming, and becoming is hard. Growth demands discomfort because you are literally rewiring your brain, your habits, your identity. And that's going to feel like resistance. That's going to feel like pressure. That's going to feel like you're walking through fire. Because in a way you are. You're burning away old stories, old identities, old limits. You're outgrowing what used to fit. You're shedding the past version of you that knew how to stay safe but didn't know how to thrive. And your nervous system, it's freaking out because it doesn't care if you're happy. It cares if you're familiar, and growth is unfamiliar. So what do? We misread that discomfort as danger, and we retreat, we self-sabotage, we talk ourselves out of the very thing we prayed for. Not because we can't handle it, but because we don't recognize that this pain, it's the proof. It means it's working. You can't expand and stay comfortable. You can't build muscle without soreness. You can't upgrade your life without friction. Discomfort is not a stop sign. It's a green light. It's your invitation to keep going, because the fact that you're uncomfortable means you're not who you used to be anymore. That gap you feel, that tension between where you are and where you want to be, that's the growth zone. Most people never stay there long enough to see results. They bail, they numb, they distract themselves with scrolling, food, excuses. But you don't have to be most people anymore. You don't have to run from discomfort. You can stand in it, breathe through it, learn from it, because when you do that, something incredible happens. You build emotional endurance, you build grit, and suddenly, the thing that used to terrify you, it becomes your new normal. You want to know how to grow fast. Lean into the stretch, welcome the shake. Recognize that the moment you feel like quitting is the moment just before the breakthrough. That pain you feel, that pressure, that's the threshold, and the only way out is through. Stop labeling discomfort as bad. Stop trying to numb the very thing that's molding you. You're not dying. You're developing. The old you is falling away, and yes, it's going to hurt. But the version of you on the other side, that person is worth it. Think about a lobster. It has to shed its shell to grow, and for a while it's vulnerable, exposed, soft. That's you right now. But if you don't shed, you suffocate. You stay small, and life's too short to stay stuck in a shell that doesn't fit anymore. Every time you feel uncomfortable, remind yourself, this is the cost of growth. This is what leveling up feels like. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be transformational, and transformation is never quiet. It's messy, it's emotional, it's real. So instead of asking, how do I make this feel better? Start asking, what is this stretch trying to teach me? That's how you flip the script. That's how you turn discomfort into direction. Because the version of you you're chasing, they live on the other side of your comfort zone. and they're not waiting for you to feel ready. They're waiting for you to walk through the fire, to get uncomfortable, to stay there even when it's hard. You're not stuck, you're stretching, you're not falling apart, you're finally breaking through. So don't run from the pain, honor it, because discomfort is not the end, it's the edge. And crossing it is how you change your life. Your future is built in the now. You want a better life, a breakthrough, a complete 180. Stop waiting for it to arrive like a package with tracking. It's not coming later. It's being built now, in this exact moment, in this decision, in this breath, in this next tiny step you choose to take or avoid. We romanticize the future like it's this magical place where everything finally clicks. One day I'll be confident. One day I'll be consistent. One day I'll finally go for it. That mindset, it's killing your momentum. There's no one day. There's only today. Right now is the workshop where your dreams either get built or stay in your head. If you want different, you have to do different, and that starts now. Not when you feel ready, not when everything's perfect, not when you've read every book or taken every course. You build confidence by doing. You build clarity by moving. You build your future by showing up today, whether you feel like it or not. You keep thinking it's about doing something massive, but it's not. It's about doing something honest, something real, something right here, right now. That email you're avoiding, that workout you're skipping, that truth you're not speaking. That's where your power is, right there in the micro decisions. The big changes come from small, boring, daily moves. You want to write the book, open the document. You want to lose the weight, drink the water. You want to change your mindset, catch your negative thought and rewrite it. You don't need more time, you need more presence. Let's get real. Your life isn't changed by what you intend to do. It's changed by what you actually do. And most people spend their whole lives preparing instead of participating. Don't be that person. Get your hands dirty. Take messy action. Get in the game. There is no perfect moment. There's only the moment you decide to start, and you don't need motivation. You need movement. Because once you start, momentum shows up. It always does, but it waits for you to go first. Your future is watching how you handle today. It's shaped by your habits, not your hopes. You can dream all you want, but if your actions don't match, you're just wasting time. The real magic happens when you align what you say you want with what you actually do. Stop waiting for clarity. Clarity is earned, not granted. It shows up when you do. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the next step, blindly if you have to. Trust that the rest will meet you on the way up. Look around. Everything you're doing today is either building the life you want or the life you'll regret. Every choice you make is a vote for the future you're creating. So ask yourself, what are you voting for with your actions, with your energy, with your time? If you want peace, start by managing your chaos today. If you want love, start by showing up for yourself now. If you want success, start by doing the unglamorous work today, not next Monday, not next month, now. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a result of your habits. That's not to shame you. It's to empower you. Because if you built this, you can unbuild it. And if you can unbuild it, you can rebuild it better, starting right now. So here's the deal. Your future, it's not out there waiting. It's not hiding in the distance. It's being written right now, in this moment, by the choices you're making. You want to change your life, change what you do with this moment. That's it. You don't need a massive plan. You need a moment of courage, and then another and another. Stack those moments like bricks. Build the life you want with your own hands, one small move at a time. Because your future isn't found. It's built in the now. Everything you want. Peace, confidence, love, impact, success. It doesn't live in the future. It lives in the decisions you make today. And every one of these 6 mindset shifts is a door. A door out of the old you and into the life you were meant to build. But here's the kicker. Nobody's coming to push you through that door. No one's going to shove you into greatness. That's on you. You've got to stop waiting for permission. You've got to stop giving your power away. Your past is not your prison unless you decide to stay locked in it. Your fear isn't your ruler unless you decide to let it lead. And the world, it won't take you seriously until you do. So stand up, speak up, show up, even when it's messy, even when it's terrifying, even when it's inconvenient. This isn't about hype, it's about taking your life back, one powerful, uncomfortable, fully aligned step at a time.